Hello everybody. Oh, this is really loud. AOG Gaming here, back with another video on Dislyte. Um, so I do have a few videos lined up for this game. I do have work tomorrow, so I can do some at night, but not in the morning or during the day. Today I just want to go over Tiye because she finally has her update, and I've been using her. She is ridiculously broken in basically everywhere. People said she's a lot better at what she does. That is 100% true. It's basically like her third skill was given to her second skill as well, but not the same way. R6 is definitely better, but even normal TA, just R0 is insanely good. I don't know if it's universally good because it doesn't work against some bosses. So her R0 ultimate um, yeah, her R0 ultimate just absorbs 30% of enemies' AP, which is basically kind of the same as um, reducing enemy AP by 30% and increasing AP by 30%. However, it doesn't work against some bosses because absorbing counts as reduction or AP change. And some bosses specifically state that in some of their passives that they are immune to that. So that's why R0 TA doesn't work for that, but that's fine because she works for everything else. Everything else that does not. So PvP, PvE, and bosses that you can absorb and redistribute AP. Most of them you can't, some of them you can. And of course, with their R6, she gains the ability to just do minus 30 AP, which won't work, on most bosses, but the plus 30 AP to all allies is basically like a better what's her name, Clara, because she only gives 20 plus AP, but she does give shield and healing, which is a little different. Whereas TA Nut is just all about AP, but it's a big chunk. 30% is a lot. So you could have TA and what's her name, Clara Hera on the same team, and then you could do plus 50 AP to your entire team. Kind of ridiculous that that's even an option, but okay. That's literally like increasing your turn count by like half a turn without even needing to. Just taking up a turn, increasing everybody's AP by 50. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Because the thing about AP that I see in this game that's really fun but also broken is that if you're manipulating AP, you're also manipulating turn, how much damage they can do, just everything, because AP really regards on how strong they are. And with TA being balanced, it's showing us how powerful AP like I said before, how AP just control is really powerful, either for supporting your teams with AP or decreasing enemy AP, and especially good in PvP because you got a lot of Siennas, you got a lot of speedy builds, you got a lot of tanky builds, and you can outspeed them, deal damage, stun them, and reduce their AP because TA also has stun on her second skill. The good thing is that I've shown you guys TA before. I've had her for a while because I actually pulled her. Very happy that I pulled her. She wasn't that good at before, but it's so much better now. And as you can see, the first ability doesn't work on non-AP bosses, so it's like just really good for PvP. Yeah, everything PvP TA is insanely good, and bosses she kind of sucks. Um, Again, I think there's like maybe like the Sonic Miracle. There's a few. I think there's a boss that you can AP manipulate in that one. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, for the most part, she's not going to be doing anything to enemy bosses. If they do have minions, though, like you will see, I will show you. So broken. It's ridiculously good. It's not even like funny. And I do have all of her abilities maxed, so she is taking her turns as fast as possible. They're not as strong as possible, but that's fine. And then yeah, her second ability is inflict stun for one turn and speed down for 2 turns. So it's just a guarantee. So now you don't even have to give her stun equipment. You can if you want to, just to get the extra AoE stun on the first skill. Just give her speed, because now she has the guarantee stun. And also, if an enemy speed is not above TA, which they probably won't be, because you want to give her speed and you want to usually use her as a captain so she increases speed for your entire team. And your entire team is very speedy because speed plus AP go hand in hand so well. um, the faster your characters are, the more turns they take. So you do have to account for that in your setup and your damage, because sometimes there's some battles with turn clocks, and they can really mess up your timing on your abilities and how much like RNG you're getting, how good your rates are, just for like damage output and getting resources, and all the stuff that comes with um, trying to RNG your way, which is like half of this game. So she's much better. She's so good. Just like what they did with Trevor. It's not as broken because with Trevor you could literally just one shot the entire team. With TA, it's kind of like infinite stall. Even with R0. So here we're gonna go just to Point War, and just show you the team. So this is 80k. That's pretty decent. Yeah. So these are at least all legendary Espers. At least all maxed out. R0s. There's an R2 Thor, which is fine. Donner. So we have 182 speed, which is fine. It's not a lot. With Heimdall Ashley, we have 200 speed on her, which is pretty good. We have a lot of defense just to tank everything, but it's mostly just to land everything. Specifically for Apollo and Lucas, because I did give him accuracy so that he has 100% accuracy. Hopefully he doesn't miss, but there's always the type advantage and resist. So yeah, it happens. But it's pretty decent. He actually has a 93% crit rate, so he's critting a lot, which actually goes really well with Ashley, which is why I'm using her. Because now we have AP, 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 plus we also have the true damage from Ashley. Um, yeah, and it reduces the target's AP by 10%. So this does work in PvP, which is really good. Ashley is so broken in PvP. So then you use Apollo Lucas, and TA has no crit rate, but she has 55 HP, 55k HP, which is ridiculous. And she's mostly there just to do her thing. Control. She has 56 resist, so that's pretty good. And then her accuracy is 45, which isn't a lot, but it's good enough. She's mostly just a speedy controller with AP, so they can resist, but it's usually she lands. And then of course I got the healers with their normal setups and doing what they do. All right, so first let's just do a quick battle and see if we even win this. Okay, so we're gonna just replay it then. First we'll look at stats though. So yeah, most of the damage comes from Ashley, but most of the support, yeah, was from TA. So there's support everywhere, of course, because Lucas is stunning, Ashley is dealing or is giving the entire team true damage and AP control when they're dealing damage by reducing enemy AP and then increasing your ally AP when they're taking crit hits. So good against AoE and just normal, because just like single target damage, because Ashley will still it will still count towards that, but more it's better against AoE because she only does one stack per hit anyway, and the AoEs are usually one hit. Well, it's like one move. It counts the multi hits the same. So she only takes one stack per ability that the enemy Esper does, but with the AoE, it's just really nice because it can catch no matter what. And yeah, Sally and Gab are just there for healing, so that's what that was. All right, so let's replay, and then I'm gonna make sure that this is off or slow this down if I can. Wait. Okay, so she goes first. That's fine. So they're gonna attack down us. That's fine. So we use our bridges. We're using AP. So AP. Okay. They do have an Ashley, but that's fine because we also have an Ashley. Okay, so we did a decent amount of damage there, but that was definitely not anything. So we stun Ashley and Donner. That's fine. So now, yeah. Guys is gonna transform, but we do have a lot of shield up. Actually, we'll just do twice. I don't know why I went down to 3 times or 1 time speed. Okay, so Ashley's dead. That's good. So we'll have the AP advantage no matter what now. We were going to have it anyway, but it's good to make sure. So I'm kind of just letting just watching with you guys. So we stun the what's her name? What I forget? Freya. Not Freya. Why am I being stupid? Yimmer. Embla. So we stunned her, and we were also able to dispel her corrupted seed. So that's good. Okay, there goes the AOE nuker. Um, I mean, technically we have two of them, but it's fine. Definitely Gaius is a lot harder to deal with than Thor. I mean, yeah, if they're gonna give you a free Esper, they're gonna give you one of the not as good Espers, unfortunately. But yeah, this is pretty good here. So as you can see, it was pretty easy. We just were controlling stunning and stalling, but for the most part, we're reducing their damage by a lot, which is really nice. So actually, let's just do this battle here. I don't know if we're gonna win this because gear makes a lot of the difference. So we're just gonna, yeah, we're gonna brute force it then. So AP, and then yeah, Ashley goes again. So ridiculous. Then again, and then yeah. So my entire team goes basically uses both of their skills before the entire enemy team can attack. The entire enemy team. It is ridiculous. You, not a single character on the enemy team was able to use their ability. This is ridiculously broken. Um, you do have to build it right, so it's not like you can just build them. However, but the good thing is that now this is a speedy comp. Obviously, it's a little tanky because I have an extra healer. You can probably add someone else to completely destroy tanky comp, which I'm probably going to do. I'll probably add Javid or Javid. Yeah, I think that was his proper pronunciation. But I need to give him more speed so that he can get that AoE debuff before all my AoE attacks land. Otherwise, it's kind of useless. I could do Yamato. No, because Yamato has like no speed. The 135 is a lot better than 128, but no. I'm just thinking. Oh, I could do Ashley. Ashley's really good because she can give standoff to my team. You know what? Yeah, let's do this. And then let's just see. Oh, if it's gonna let me see this. Yeah. So as you can see, Tiye now has 44% of the support because Geb all he's doing is healing. With Sif, um, whatever her name is, I forgot her name. Why do I forget her name? Okay, well we're not tiered up, so Sif, well that's her god name, but oh, we reached tier 11, we get a gold record. That's pretty nice. What's her name again? Sif or Sally? Oh my goodness, how could I forget that? Um, yeah, so she will do the damage reduction, which is count as support. She will also heal and purge debuff that counts as support, and then attack up and recovery, which is a lot of various support. So Sally, the reason why she had a lot of support in that battle was because, or in the previous battles, because she was doing a lot, not just healing. Whereas Geb is just healing, speed up, and a little bit of attack, but that takes a while for it to count. So that's why if you do long battles, Geb has a lot of support because he's doing a lot of support and including his cooldown support. Um, but now with Ashley, all the support is basically Tiye, right? Because it's all Tiye, yeah, Tiye and Ashley. So really, I would use Tiye and Ashley because together they are an insanely good comp. It's not even funny because Ashley will support you with defense, attack, and then true damage and AP control, and then TA will help you with AP. So having them together, and then TA as a lead because she has speed, so you can outspeed everybody if you build your team pure speed. My team is not pure speed; it's a lot of damage or survivability. But yeah, TA is just like why is she so good? Okay, so I need to show you one more thing after this. So it's in Celestial Anomaly. I am losing my mind in a good way, but it's making me worried for the future of Dislyte because um, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on. Um, and I'm not sure if it's gonna keep happening every time they try and do a patch update. It was better before when they were doing patch updates. Now they kind of break the game before they fix it. Oh, whoopsies! I pressed the back button. So we're on floor 103 for Void Messenger, and there's one reason for that. And even before the TA update, I was still using TA because she was just broken. So as you guessed it, the reason for that is TA. You don't need Javed Samash. He is good, but you don't need him whatsoever. This team is insanely broken. And Ashley, I give her a little bit less speed. I would have wanted her to go third, but I guess Apollo's fine going third. So here's how this works. TA Nut has 186 speed. She's gonna outspeed basically every single enemy. There might be some really speedy supports or attack or fighters, or controllers, but there's only usually one, which we can deal with. That's fine. And but for the most part, we just have not been dealing with that. So speed, um, she is not a judge Esper, which is fine. But we already have Javid, we have Lucas, we have Ashley. So we have three judge Espers, and they're all AOE. So they're gonna be dealing a lot of damage, and Javid's gonna be supporting a lot. Lucas is really good also. So this is the dream team, I think, of AP control and manipulation for literally anything. PvP, uh, Celestial Anomaly, the Tower, Nut TA, speed. You always want her as the leader because speed. When you're trying to control AP and stun and stall, you want to go first because if you don't and you get stunned or you get controlled or you one of your espers dies, you can ruin your entire strategy. So speed is the name of the game. And also with the AP gain, you'll also gain AP a lot faster just because of how the speed and AP work together. So it really goes hand in hand. But yeah, so Tia will do her thing. Like I said, she will do a lot of AP control, absorbing. Um, it's so good, and then stunning. So really broken. So she'll stall. Basically, she's kind of stalling, and allowing your team to take an extra turn, which is insanely broken because, as you recall, Habib Samash, he can use his first and then second skill, which they kind of go hand in hand because of the Seer and Judgment Seal. They'll just allow the entire team to do even more damage. Um, and then there's the true damage thing. So I have to explain that afterwards. So yeah, so there's support from that. So really good because now you add on Ashley, like I explained before. She's providing AP to your entire team and then reducing the AP on the enemy team. Mostly AP reduction because you're going to be stalling the team and dealing damage to them. So the true damage is really going to count on this one, guys. So that's why I'm talking about that while I was also looking at Javid, not just because he does true damage support, but because it's going to matter. Um, and then if you do get hit, it does increase your AP's allies AP by 10%, which is insane. And then Apollo is just a madhouse when it comes to AP. So he'll basically inflict or minus 10% AP twice. And then the third hit, he will also do that, but then he will gain 10% of, well, hopefully five enemies AP, but it depends on whether they resist it or not. So it's from 10% to 50, well, actually 0% to 50% AP that you are absorbing. Um, but the enemy, the entire enemy team is losing 30% of their AP, like maximum. So very good, super broken. Especially when you put stun because now it's a 20% chance three times plus the AP. So basically, he becomes a more damage output version of Tiye, with less speed and more confirming with accuracy. So that's why he has. Well, not that's not why he has the ability, but that is one reason why you can use his ability that way. So he's very good, but we don't need his accuracy, which is why we're using him for stun. Because he also inflicts stun on his second skill. He has only 85% chance, but with this, it is 100%, I believe, or it's an instance of 20 and 85%. So two, technically, double the chance. Kind of, it's weird how it works, but it'll work. It works better when he has stun, obviously. And then he gains AP for each enemy afflicted with stun, which does work if the enemy team is stunned before you land a stun, even if you aren't landing the stun, because it doesn't say when they are when they are crowd controlled or when they are stunned. It says each enemy afflicted, so they just have to be stunned when he attacks them with Phoebus, either during or after. Sorry, during or before, because if it's after, then it doesn't work, because yeah, it triggers when he attacks. So like they get stunned as soon as he attacks, and then he gains the AP. So it'll work if it's a 2-turn stun. So does this stun for 1 turn? Yeah, because he only stuns for a single turn, I believe. Yeah. Ashley stuns for 1 turn. You stun for 1 turn. Okay, yeah. So the stun is only 1 turn, which is fine. So yeah, and then we also gave Havid stun because he also has a lot of AOE. You can give him damage or attack if you want, but he has a decent amount of attack. I mean, almost 2.5 attack is not bad. He has 100% crit rate, so he's gonna be critting every single time, so that's good. So yeah, so let me just show you because now I'm just kind of sugarcoating it. But yeah, these are just like two places that I found this team absolutely sweeps. And mind you, I have an R6 Apollo because he's free to get. Like everybody can up an R6 Apollo as long as you grind. That's all. That's all you need to do. You guys can check out my free Legendary Esper video for that. It's in one of the videos, and yeah, it's in one of my videos in the folder Dislyte grind. And then Ashley is just R1. She's just increasing her final damage, I believe, right? Um, yeah, final damage on her second skill by 10%. And well, Geb is kind of pay to get Esper, but I've had him for a while, and that R2 I kind of got lucky on, so that I was really happy about that. Yeah, so Geb is an R2, which is good, but it really just because you're stalling, this extra speed, attack, and HP attack and speed is just so good, and of course you're healing, so it's just insanely good. Um, so yeah, this team is basically just AP AOE. Like I'll show you, it's so broken. So we're just gonna get into it because otherwise I'm gonna be here talking forever. You guys can look at the team more in depth yourself. So one enemy, sometimes before, so that's fine. So dosage. Oh yeah, so we want to do this guy. No. Who's usually the guy with the red mark is the one that we want to hit first. Okay, well you went already, so you first. So we'll swap AP here. Then so basically you just use all their ultimates. That's as simple as it gets. Use all their ultimates. Maybe you land some stuns. So now I basically stunned 60% of the team. So I won't be able to stun anymore, but I do this real quick. So I just heal because you got to keep in mind the. I'm gonna put this up a little bit. All of this enemy team has the judge stats. So they're going to be taking insane damage as soon as those stacks go up even a little bit. And so look here, 95 stacks, and now we killed one of them, right? So now there's an 83 stacks. So we go to Dosager first, or whatever his name is. Another tick. And now we go to you, and we can just straight up kill two of them instantly. And then I guess we'll kill you. Yeah, so basically we just killed them all. super easily with just using the first round of supers. We didn't even have to use anything else. And now we just reloaded all of our skills except for Apollo. I'm trying to upgrade him all the way because he does have a 6 turn cooldown on his ultimate, which is insane. But it is really good, so it kind of makes sense. Okay, so now we just. I guess we can go for you. Yeah, it's fine. Doesn't really matter who you're using. But yeah, it kind of does sometimes. It depends on who you're trying to reduce AP on, but for the most part, it doesn't matter who you target with Tiye's ultimate AP skill. Okay, so we stunned 60% of the team. Now we'll get our attack up. So now we can just unload on the enemy. We can just use every skill. So we use this one. We don't use that yet because we can try and unload a second time. So we do this, and usually they just die by now. Yeah, so they die really fast. Second round. If I had all of their abilities maxed out, I could probably like just use all their abilities twice, just because of how fast and how AP controlly they are. So now here's a boss battle. So this is the same team that I use. It's just universal on this entire and the entire Wither Messenger. No, not Wither. Wind Messenger. So broken. Okay, so we're only going to be really targeting. Well, we can only target those minions, but that's how the AP thing works. So he's all the way over there, so we want to target one of these guys, right? And they already attacked, so they're all in the same place, really. So it doesn't matter who we target. But he already has 5 stacks, so we're gonna want to target him with Javid's skill because he attacks once before attacking the entire enemy team. So we'll get extra stacks on him. So yeah, we'll continue targeting him. We'll use Javid's skill. Now that enemy has 44 judge stacks. And yeah, the rest of the team has like 20. Okay, so now 78. So now we keep using our ultimates. Okay, so now he's back down to 1, so that's fine. So now we switch to you. We don't have to use your skill, your ultimate yet, so we do that, and then we use yours. And here's really broken. I think the next debuff that I land is gonna kill. The next AOE I land is gonna kill the boss. So just watch. So first we're gonna target this guy on the far left because he has 86 stacks. So there goes one hit, and then here comes the AOE. I think he's gonna, yeah, dead. There we go. Really broken. And guys, I'm on level 105. I I don't have the best gear. Like, you guys watch my stuff. I'm not the best player. I'm pretty much average. But this update really turned things around just for my account in general. So I think I can honestly push to around 150. Like, it seems really possible. Because the enemies aren't getting that much stronger. Now it's kind of plateauing. And it really just is about outspeeding the enemies and stalling and dealing enough damage so that they won't hit you. And the thing about the Celestial Anomaly is that you're given the advanced strategy as a way to complete everything without having to max out Esper's resonance or get insanely good gear. So it still is possible. I'll put this down again. Yeah, so as you can see, for Soaring Goat, I have everything maxed out except for this. I just need to max this out. Actually, you know what? No. We'll wait on that. So on top of all the skills that I just said, they are increasing their attack. When they deal true damage, it only triggers once per turn, but 50% of granting 100% attack to 2 allies for 2 turns. So that's why my team was getting a lot of attack. Um, and then they deal extra true damage for their max HP. So I was talking about the true damage. So it really does matter. Um, that's just final damage and crit damage. And then yeah, this is true damage for other stuff. Speed. So there was one where I believe. So yeah, so this also every speed grants more final damage. So goes hand in hand with the TA team because now your entire team is speedy even faster. They at least get a 2.5% final damage because you have a 25% increase in speed for your entire team. So they will at least get a 25% increase in damage, I believe. Well, it depends. Yeah, no, because it's plus 25%. Well, it works differently because it depends on how much speed you have. But yeah. So yeah, I can at least 2.5% if your espers have 100 speed. So yeah, guilty sanction. So this is the one I was looking for. So this ability right here is the reason why this entire team is like golden. Like it's the golden standard of this wind messenger. So 100% chance of inflicting another 3 stacks of verdict when dealing true damage. True damage dealt by verdict does not count. Doesn't matter because we have 3 judge espers and they're all keep attacking, putting on those verdict stacks. I keep calling them judge stacks. Plus 6 AP when dealing true damage. It only triggers once per turn, but that's how it works with Ashley slash Heimdall's passive Rainbow Bridge buff. It counts each instance per turn, once per turn, of dealing true damage to the enemy. Unless it's an assist attack, I think it still counts if it's an assist attack because she works insanely good with Brewster. Um, so yeah, if it's an assist attack, it will still count as being once per turn. But it doesn't take off the turn counter, which is very interesting how that works. But cool. And then extra damage to debuff targets. So yeah, very, very broken because more AP and more damage and more stacks, which means you can deal even like it's just ridiculous. It's so broken. And then the more damage with the speed, and then apply just we apply so many stacks, it's ridiculous. And that's the reason why we don't need a lot of healing. So honestly, I think I could keep going. I don't want to. I'll do a whole video of me just grinding through this, but really this video was about Tiye because she's the whole reason why this is working. And even before the update, she was still working. So really the update did nothing but solidify her as an AP controller. That's all it really did. But now she has a little bit more support for just everything that requires speed and AP control. It's just so broken. I think that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. As always, AOG Gaming here. I'm gonna exit out of this because it's just blasting music. Thank you guys for watching. As always, this is AOG Gaming here. If you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe. Really shows your support. Helps me out. Keeps you up to date with my content. Um, 93 subscribers and going strong last time I checked. So you guys are amazing. Keep going. And yeah, I do have more videos planned, so don't worry. And yeah, I just need to max this guy out, and then I can consistently use his ultimate. And now, I mean, Wind Messenger will just be so easy. Because, like, guys, I've already plateaued in Wither Messenger. Sorry, not Wind Messenger, Void Messenger. Because in the Wither Messenger, it's the same thing. You're facing a lot of enemies that have insane or a good amount of speed, so you kind of have to build your team speedy. Um, their Mateo doesn't work as a speed lead, so that sucks. And he's a single target Esper, so you're taking out one enemy at a time, but sometimes you need to take out multiple at a time. So that's why I think that just using Tiye would be insanely good, but also just a stun team like for all of these, because it seems like the later rounds get really hard. But I do say the only reason it works really well for me is because, and specifically Void Messenger, is because of the Judge Espers and their stacks. And I have 3 of them. That's why. If you have Yuhime, you can just replace Hobbit with Yuhime. That's probably better. Zora works too. Gabrielle. Raven, kind of. She's more of a speedy character, but okay. Um, I mean, yeah, I guess you can call her nuker, kind of. But yeah, Camille, really good. But I do want to get her to R6, and I don't have the right gear for her, and I need to upgrade her abilities. Really, I need to do that to Camille and Apollo, max out their abilities so that I can consistently use them in any team. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. TA, what do I think about her? I think they balanced it pretty well. Um, for the most part, I think she's still a little bit powerful, but I do agree that before she was kind of useless, other than her ultimate. Like the other skills didn't really matter. So I think they did above and beyond for the ultimate, but for the other skills, I think it's pretty good. That pretty good balance. But yeah, I think that well, they did it for non-boss. So if it worked on bosses, it would be extremely broken. But since they did it for non-bosses, I think actually this character is pretty like good. Like they shouldn't touch this character again unless she ends up breaking something. Because I think she's at a good place right now. She's decent. She's good. In specific places, and she has her own kit. Like you build her in a specific team, which is usually AP control, which is literally what I have here. AP stun. That's literally what this team is. So yeah, that's what I think about her. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.